How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today, let's talk about AI and how it's creating a new bull market in the tech sector. I like VOO because it's the stock market index. It's basically the thing that you should be invested in. And look at the chart from 2010. If you invested in back then, it would have been up about 300% by now. Just look at how consistent, let's say, it's been up. In September of 2010, it was $101. Today it's $420. So it went up about fourfold or so. This is pretty good if you have significant amount of money in there since back then. 301%. Of course, you got this giant dip in 2020 because of the pandemic, minus 25%. So can you stomach something like that? This video is brought to you by Test Beauty. They make mattresses for your Model 3 or Model Y that stores in your sub trunk or front trunk. Simply pull down both seats, zip it open, unbuckle. This hard backing material extends your sleeping area by about another 6 inches. Very helpful if you're medium height or taller. It comes with this cotton sheet to wrap it over the seat and wrap it over your phone, tuck it under this board. And now, got a place ready to sleep. I've recommended Tesla mattresses before, and the difference with this one is that the center third material has a slightly harder foam. It gives you a little bit more support when you're sleeping on your side. To put it all back, put this buckle towards the front, strap in the other one, and just sit on it. Test Beauty also makes custom pillows for the Model 3. Without it, there's this gap right here, right? Right here. But with it on, fills up that gap perfectly. This material is very soft. I enjoyed putting my neck on this. You can unzip it open and actually fill it up with more included material if you want it a little bit firmer. I find it's pretty good the way it is for myself. If you're interested in getting one for yourself, check out my referral link down in the video description below. Today, I want to talk more about how AI is impacting all this. Right around the beginning of 2020, it seemed like there was going to be a recession. The tech sector seems to be losing steam, but every single time there's always something. There's always new technology that's coming out that drives the next phase of the bull run. In my personal portfolio, yeah, it dipped a little bit during the pandemic, but then it's largely recovered. I would say it's almost at all-time high. So I'm personally feeling pretty good about this. I would just want to give a little opinion on investments in general. If you put like $1,000 in and you make 100%, it doesn't change your life or anything. If you have $10,000 in and it doubles, well, it's a little bit more significant. But you actually have to get into the $100,000 range in order for the stock market changes or any kind of reasonable gain to actually do anything to your life, to maybe support your life. So I was just thinking about when I just first started work, and I was like, okay, I'm contributing like 10% of my salary to it. It's actually very little at first, and you have to keep on putting money in for like a decade or more before you sort of snowball things a little bit more so that there's significant value in there so that the 4% rule will actually work for you. But let's take a look at the companies that's in the S&P 500 component. Here are the top 10 companies. The first one, Apple. It's like the largest market cap company there is on there. So that's why when you buy one share of VOO, you're actually buying 7.5% Apple. If you're one of those people that puts all their money into a stock market index fund, 100% in, which a lot of people actually do, you're actually holding 7.5% Apple. You're also holding 6.5% Microsoft, 3.0% Amazon, 3% Nvidia, 2% Alphabet, 1.8% Meta, 1.8% Tesla, and then there's an Alphabet C share type, which is 1.7%. So you got to add those two together. So really you have 3.5% Google and then 1.6% Berkshire Hathaway. And some people, on the other hand, actually rather own 100% Berkshire Hathaway, right? So in owning VOO, the stock market index, you still own 1.8% Berkshire Hathaway, and then there's 1.2% United Health Group. So taking a look at this list, what does this look like? It's like super duper tech heavy. But if you add all this up, it's around 30% of the total stock market index. But what's the common theme around all these? Most of these are heavy, really heavy in AI. Apple might not seem like it has AI, but they have built-in AI chips into their laptops. Microsoft is directly connected to OpenAI. Amazon, Nvidia makes the chips. Alphabet, they all have their chatbot things. Tesla has their full self-driving. So my take on this is if you want to ride the AI train, you actually have to have enough assets in companies that has AI. There's just no way around it. I think it's going to end up being the case where some people are the haves and some people are the have-nots. If you do not own any shares, then you cannot ride the train up. So that's why it's all that much more important to invest early and invest consistently so that you can build up a big snowball worth of assets. NASDAQ 100 plans special rebalance to curb dominance of Magnificent 7. So when they talk about Magnificent 7, you look at the top 7. Yeah, it's roughly these companies, you know, Apple, Microsoft, FANG companies, plus a few others, Nvidia now. And the idea is they don't want any single company to be too concentrated in the index. So they have a special rule where it triggers this to happen. It's not like one day they just thought, oh, it's too concentrated now, let's do something. So they announce this, right? They pre-wrote these rules. And when these rules are triggered, they go, okay, now we need to schedule a rebalance. I bring that up only to highlight how big these big companies are getting because of this, and that they own so much of the technology behind AI. I personally feel like they're just going to get bigger and bigger. You know, Apple is like $3 trillion company now, right? How much bigger is it going to get? Maybe sometime 10 years later, we're going to start seeing $10 trillion companies. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but I did upgrade the mic. I did a review on my DIY channel, and if I pump this up, you can actually hear, well, my chair squeaking, very low noise, and also some plane that's flying by. Anyway, let me turn this back down. Let's take a look at Tesla, because I'm actually a very large stakeholder in their stock. Not just VOO, I have a huge portion of it in Tesla stock. And, you know, recently it went up quite a bit. Over the past 2 years, it's roughly traded sideways. It probably will keep on trading sideways without any kind of significant catalyst. I think in order to jump to the next level, full self-driving has to happen. That is the thing. I mean, they can sell like more Cybertrucks or something when it comes out. They can increase the number of Model Y, Model 3 sales by like 50% or so, but then that's not really gonna move the needle all that much. Maybe, okay, maybe it'll increase 50%, but not in the terms of multiple fold increase. For me, I like to look at it in a macroscopic sense, not the small movements of, I consider like less than 50% small movements. So if you just step back a bit, you have to go, okay, you got this full self-driving thing. Is it gonna work? If you believe AI, this is eventually gonna work, maybe 10 years down the road, maybe 3 years down the road, if it actually works, on the day that it works, it's gonna be huge news. That's mainly what I'm personally waiting for that to happen. And because there's skepticism around this feature ever working, that's why the stock is where it is now. Of course, it's a gamble. Whenever there's a really sure thing, the price of the stock reflects that. Right now, you just kind of have to believe that it's gonna happen. So macroscopically, I think that's where Tesla is going to head. Robo-taxi and all that. Do you believe that? I think the important part is to know that some very exciting things are going to happen with AI. It's definitely going to do more and more. And for the past year or so, it's kind of gotten kind of scary already. It doesn't even have to be Tesla. It just has to be one of the top 10 companies that does something with AI. It's like the broader market enthusiasm around AI is going to lift the entire market sector. It certainly has went up quite a bit already. Personally, I think this is just the beginning. We have yet to see more results from what it can actually do. Just a few thoughts on the broader market, AI, S&P 500 and all. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe for more.